SBN Sports Business Now. SBN is a division of Row 27, the digital sports marketing company, celebrating 5 years of creating TV spots, intro videos, and microsites for over 150 teams. See our work at row27.com. And by FanMaker, digital marketing tools for sports teams, featuring FanMaker Rewards, the most comprehensive and popular fan loyalty and reward system. Learn more about our apps at fanmaker.com. SBN Sports Business Now.
Hey everybody, and welcome to SBN's live interview series. I'm Holly Koski, and the interview series, we talk with a bunch of industry executives about, kind of the marriage between the tech industry and the sports industry. And today we have Bobby Maylack of Prizio. How are you doing today, Bobby?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And Prizio is part of the Y Combinator incubator. And so tell us a little bit about Prizio.
Well, what we do is really simple. We're all about helping charities raise a lot of money, and we do that through influencers, which, while we're talking, often represents athletes. So the way we sort of started this was we create these amazing once-in-a-lifetime experiences, things like, singing us with One Direction or golfing with Samuel L. Jackson, and we would auction them off at charity galas. They would often go for $5,000, $10,000, rarely more than that. We found that A, that's not a lot of money, and B, it's something where these celebrities, these athletes, these musicians want to engage with their actual fans, not just the ultra wealthy. So at that point, we took a step back and we said, how can we, leverage these distribution channels? Someone like One Direction has 22 million Twitter followers, 30 million Facebook fans. How do we leverage that towards actually raising a lot more money and awareness for causes? So it was under that vein where we built Prizio, which is more of a raffle model, where we raffle these things off. So anyone can enter for $1, 10 for $10, whatever. So very brief, that's kind of what we're tackling here at Prizio.
And you guys just started up, correct? You guys just started up. Did you guys just start your company up?
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. Could you ask me that again?
Sorry, yeah. So how long has Prizio been around?
So, the way it started was really as something different, something called the Aloysius Society, where we were doing these things at galas, and from there it birthed Prizio. We did a number of betas in the United Kingdom with folks like One Direction, as well as a number of British celebrities like Frankie Stanford from the Saturdays, Stephen Fry, people like that. Things went incredibly well. At that time, we were looking at international expansion, and at that point, we applied to Y Combinator, what we think is the best tech incubator in the world. Got into that and kind of have gone throughout that process since we moved to the United States, and just recently launched our first international campaign with celebrity chef Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, expand a little bit on Jamie Oliver. Obviously, he's featured on your website right now. What other celebrities do you guys have?
It's a great question. So Jamie has been a phenomenal case study for us. It's something that in a matter of weeks has raised nearly $100,000.
Wow.
It's raised a ton of awareness. We've gotten some amazing personalized messages about people who really support what he's doing. So it's been a great starting point. But at the same time, we realized, Jamie is someone with a massive following, with really engaged fans. But the beautiful thing is there's lots of influencers like Jamie. So as we prepare to kind of scale forward, we've got commitments from some amazing folks like Alicia Keys, Muhammad Ali, Michael Phelps, John Bon Jovi, and a whole bevy of other people that we'll be launching throughout the summer.
Some small names, nonetheless, correct?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
And so describe your business model. How does the whole, you making money work, as far as, do you charge a fee to the customer to be a part of the raffle or contest, or is it more on the back end?
So what we figured out was, we started this thing by wanting to help charities. And the first thing we said is why don't we become a nonprofit? It was at that point, though, that we took a step back and we said, we can do a lot more good helping charities by not being a charity. We realized that, these causes, what they're really good at is helping people. if they're really good at helping people, that doesn't necessarily mean they're great at being tech companies or fundraising companies or marketing companies. Why don't we build a business that can scale and take care of those needs for the causes that we really care about? So the first way we tackle that from a business model perspective is that we take a 10% transaction fee from the total that's raised. We've found that charities are totally happy with this. It's less than industry standards, which usually range between 20 and 30%. At the same time, at best, that we're really committed to this because we're not getting paid an upfront fee. We want to make sure this campaign's as successful as possible. And at the same time, we're raising, 10, 20, 50x what these things normally would at gala. So, it's something where most charities are really excited by the possibility of working with us and not really deterred from that transaction fee.
And is there a minimum, donation required for, say, a fan to enter a raffle?
Yeah, it fluctuates every time. So for the Jamie one, for example, the minimum donation is $3. Really what we wanted to do is we wanted to build a tool that humanizes celebrities. If, just using an example, if Kobe Bryant goes and puts, playing a game of horse with me costs $100,000, he knows that that's roping off 99.9% of his fans that can never afford that. It's much better to say, we care about our fans. We'd rather give anyone a chance with a really low donation minimum. And that's where kind of numbers from $1 to $3 as the minimum fluctuate. At the same time, we want to make sure that we incentivize people who do want to spend more. So with Jamie Oliver, our most frequent donation has actually been $100. That's because if you spend $100, you get a signed recipe, which is something that people are really excited about. So what we're trying to do is build out a model where we're still facilitating the people that want to spend $100, $1,000, $10,000, but also fitting in the thousands, if not millions of fans that want a chance at these experiences and want to help great causes, but may not have that kind of financial flexibility.
Would you say then that's kind of the unique aspect of what, Prizio is, as far as, there's a ton of other fundraising platforms out there?
Yeah, the big differentiator we like to look at it is there's a ton of people in the crowdfunding space, and we're really thrilled to see the successes of people like Crowdwise and Kickstarter. But what makes Prizio different is most of these folks focus on either the marketing side of things or on the fundraising side and don't really tie them together. There's a number of competitors in the space who, may use the raffle model or may use the auction model, but are completely reliant on the influencer tweeting about this, Facebooking about this constantly. And what you see there is A, it's really hard to get that commitment from any athlete, musician, film star, whatever. B, there's a huge drop off in the engagement that you're going to get with your fans. What we found is we want to use the celebrity and their distribution as the tinder that lights a flame, where, with Jamie, we've only seen several tweets, several Facebook posts, Instagrams. This isn't something he's doing every 10 minutes because we build in viral loops where the things spread naturally. Little features like pick a friend, where when you go through the deal flow and make a $3 donation, you choose, through Facebook, which friend you want to go with you. And who wouldn't want to pick a friend to go with them on one of these experiences to get two people to win instead of one? It's an amazing, fascinating thing there through the Facebook algorithm where you see it on two people's walls, where it spreads in news feeds from there, and thing kind of grows really naturally.
Yeah, it definitely enables that social sharing, kind of leaderboard format where, okay, I've donated X and now you can too, basically. So I think that's great. And, fundraising is obviously a huge part of the sports industry. What do you think are some ways that Prizio can apply to the sports world in terms of, teams or athletes and how they can really use your service?
Well, for starters, athletes are no different than any other influencer, any other celebrity, or really any other person. They all want to give back and see a tangible difference from what they're doing. So with that in mind, they fit the Prizio model really well. At the same time, it's all about crafting once-in-a-lifetime experiences. As a diehard sports fan, I can tell you that I'd spend $10 for a chance to be a major league player for a day, or to, go to Washington and play catch with Bob Griffin. There's all these amazing things that you can craft where these celebrities and these athletes specifically and teams and leagues are able to actually raise a ton of money for the causes they care about, but more importantly, also raise a lot of awareness. The problem right now with giving is, most people don't know about these things, and athletes, musicians, whomever should be getting a business ROI where people are knowing that they're giving back. Because the fact is, any city you're in right now, there's some athlete doing a golf tournament today. or a poker tournament or something that only 500 people know about. That should be 500,000 people or 500 million people who are recognizing the work that they're doing.
And do you guys have any plans to work with any sports leagues or teams at the moment?
Well, we're in talks with all of the different leagues. We know that this is something where every league is supporting amazing causes every month. You look at like the NBA, for example. This month they're working really closely with Autism Speaks and doing campaigns with them and Darren Williams. In October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they work with them. We want to make sure that we're helping them maximize what they can get out of these campaigns. So we're pretty excited to come up with league-wide partnerships, but at the same time, we're talking to these amazing people at individual teams who see the value in this, who want to support their team's foundation, and realize that there's not a lot of tools to do that right now.
Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you to participate?
You can find us at Prizio.com or on Twitter at @Prizio.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Bobby, for joining us today. And thank you. We will speak with everyone on Tuesday for Sports Marketing Now and Thursday for SBN Live. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Bobby, again.
Appreciate it.
SBN Sports Business Now.